Hello, my name's Kate Pullen, and the purpose of this video is to give you an introduction to Builderall and to the builders that we use to create landing pages, and to get you up and running with it quickly and easily. If you have any questions, you're very welcome to email me at katepullen@biscuitbox or katepullen@gmail.com, and I will get straight back to you. If you would like me to do a run through with you on Zoom or Skype where I can share my screen and take a look at your screen, then I'm always happy to do that. Just give me a buzz and then we'll get that sorted. So the first time that you log on to Builderall, you'll see something that looks a bit like this. We have a lot of options down on the left hand side. We're most interested in builders, and we're going to be using the free Builderall account, and that gives us access to the builders. There are a number of different plans with Builderall, and different features are available with different plans. So for example, there is a webinar tool coming, and that is with the most expensive plan. If you just want limited tools, and there's lower price plans, and then there's the builder plan, the get started plan, which is what we're using here. So there are different types of builders that we have access to. There's the responsive builder, which is a drag and drop builder, pixel perfect builder, mobile first builder, responsive blog builder, and an app creator. So the app creator is really good if you want to create an app for your business. That's something that we will cover later, but for now we're just going to concentrate on building landing pages, because that's really what this is all about. We're not particularly interested in the responsive blog builder, and that this is pretty much depreciated, I would suggest now, because there's different ways of producing blogs. The mobile first drag and drop builder is something that we can talk about. This is, it's obviously going to depend on your demographic, but if you have a demographic where you know that 98% of the people who are going to look at your products, buy your products, are going to be accessing your site on mobile, using your page on mobile, then you may want to consider actually designing a site which is like specifically for mobile first, and then the desktop site gets created second. So you actually create the mobile view first, you design it for mobile, and that's sort of the other way around to how we normally work, because normally we do the desktop version first. So that's what the mobile drag and drop does, that you design it specifically for mobile first, and then you think about how things are going to work on the desktop afterwards. The Pixel Perfect, which is the one that we're going to be using to start with, is the easiest one to work with. It's called Pixel Perfect because it's not responsive. You create a layout, you create a design, and it's going to look the same on desktop. That it will always, your heading will always be in the same place, your images will always be on the same place. With the responsive builder, responsive means obviously that it responds to different device sizes, and the content flows into the different device sizes, so it changes slightly from device to device. And it needs a little bit more thinking about when you're designing for a responsive website. So we're going to start off with drag and drop. I like the drag and drop because we have more creative opportunities. That we can do more clever things, and I think that we can make pretty good and powerful pages using the drag and drop builder. So we're going to start off with this, and then in a later training that we'll look at the responsive builder, and then you can decide which you prefer working with. Personally, I use both. I use the drag and drop, the Pixel Perfect builder, when I want to create a landing page, a single landing page which packs a punch. It's really good looking, and it's got some pretty neat features on it. I use the responsive builder when I got a lot of content. For instance, I wrote a course recently which was thousands and thousands of words and images, and different pages. So I did that on responsive because I wanted that to, I didn't want to worry about the making a mobile version. I just wanted that to all happen like automatically. So when you get to know the different ones, that you'll be able to decide which builder is best for your project. So we're starting with the drag and drop builder. So I'm going to click on this to start, and you'll see that we've got an option for new website and my sites. My sites are the sites that I've created, and the new website is, well, obviously a new website. So I'm clicking on this, and you'll see that we have a range of different templates already created. So this is great. Let's have a look at local businesses for an example. There are a variety of different themed pages here. You'll see that there's different languages, English, Portuguese. You'll also find that there's some Spanish ones in here as well. And I know that the site is getting translated for Italian and German as well. So as we as time goes on, there'll be more and more languages available. So you'll see there's different themes. So like a coming soon page, a simple opt-in page. Different templates. So the templates are great if there's a template that suits you. But personally, I prefer working with the blank page, and there's two reasons for that. First of all, I think that when you're working with a blank page, you have complete flexibility to do whatever you want for your products and for the message that you want to give. And I think that when you use a template, that you're using someone else's template, it's been created to appeal to like a broad range of people, and it's not as specific as we really want when it's like us for our products. And the other thing that the reason why I like a blank page is because you can design your own thing, and you can make sure that you present your content and your call to action in the way that you want to. With a template, there's a danger that you create your content to fit the template rather than the other way around. So your template may have 2 images, but actually you need 6 images to really present your product in the right way. So that you could end up sort of compromising. So I like using the blank template, and it's easy to use. So I've clicked on blank page. We've got 3 different options here. I'm selecting the one on the left, and I just click edit to edit. So it's loading now, and you will see this is the same with all the different whether or not you're using a template or a blank template. You'll see when it loads that it's divided into 3 main sections. We have this section at the top. And if I click on this, you can see that there's a small yellow line here. This is the header, and this will appear on all pages. So if I was creating a full-blown website with an about page and contact me page and a gallery and other things, lots of different pages, whatever I put up here will appear on every single page on my site. This is the main body, and this will appear on this page only. So this is where I put my message for this page. And this is my footer at the bottom. And you'll see again, the footer's got a little yellow line, and that means anything we put on the footer will appear on all page. The main body, anything we put on here will have a slight blue outline in the editor, and that tells us it's on this page only. So many times when we're producing a landing page, we actually don't want a header that's going to appear on every page. So if we want, we can just click on it to activate that section, and then grab the handle and drag it up to the top just to hide it for now. So let's look at some of the other things that we've got on this screen. Save. Very important. Save as you go on. Let's just do that now. So we just click to save, and the first time we save, we get asked to give it a name. So I'm going to call this tutorial welcome. So the URL of this site now will be ianpullenomb11.com, and it will be tutorial welcome. The reason why I am using Ian's page is because he has a free account, Builderall. I have a paid for account with Builderall. So I actually want to give this presentation using the free account so that I know that we are using the tools that are available on the free plan. So here we go. I've given that a name. I've clicked save, and that's now saving. It's telling me what has changed since my last save. Okay, So if I want to preview my site, this is where I preview it, and I can see how it will look on the live version. Here I can set up my grid lines, so that gives me an idea of where the middle of the screen is, and here are rulers. So if I want to set up a ruler and have things that they're lined up neatly together, I can do so. Undo and redo, we won't worry about these two things for now. And over here we have our left hand toolbar. At the top, this gives us information about our layout. And you might think of this, if you come from like a WordPress or another builder, you'd think of this probably as being your theme information. So this gives us information about the number of pages that are on our site, and it also allows us to set, for example, a background image, and set different fonts, set a restricted area, etc. So we'll look at that in more detail later. Text, this is where we can set text styles to be used all over the site. So for example, we have a title. I can set my font here, and that will apply wherever I use a title anywhere on the site. The add button here gives us all the different options for different elements and objects that we can add to the page. So you're not going to damage anything by playing around. So I would suggest setting up a blank page, give it a name like test or something, and then just go through playing with some of these things and actually see what they do. But let's just run through them. So pop-up, this is where you set a pop-up. Now you can use the pop-up obviously to collect someone's name. You can set it so as somebody goes off your page, it can pop up and say, hey, before you go, sign up to my newsletter. We know about that sort of thing, but we can also use the pop-up for in a more clever way, that we can use it to give more information or to help the shopper a little bit more. So for example, I could have an image here of a product in blue, and I could have here click here to see in a little button that says click here to see other colors. They click on it, up will come a pop-up with maybe a video of different colours, or a gallery or a slideshow of different colours. I could use a pop-up if I've got a product here and I want people to be able to see size information. I say click here for different sizes. They click on it and up come different the different sizes that are available. So we can use pop-ups in a much more strategic way than just for collecting emails, that we can actually use it to help give more information to customers when they're on the page. Text, this will add text to the page. Banner, banners are a really good thing on this builder. A banner, obviously you can use a banner as your header, or to have an image behind it, or a video behind it, or something like that, so it forms a section of your website. You can have, you could just change the colours of the banners. But if we go down through this list, you'll see that actually there's some ready-made banners for us, and that banners are also used as sections for the site. So if you want to add you want to create a landing page, you've got a product at the top, and then you want to add a contact form, you can actually just click it from here. Just click, add it, change the background color, and there it is. So we've got things like different contact forms, you've got sort of prices, features, call to action. We've got a wide range of different ready-made sections for your site. So you can use these banners, just drag them into place, and you can have your product, you can have your product features, you can have a video, you can have a contact me, you can see the price, product benefits, video, etc. So a banner is a really good way to actually create a section for your site. Okay, boxes and lines, as that suggests, you can have set up a box, and you can put an image on top of your box or an image in the box. Buttons, that we can use buttons in a whole variety of ways, from sending people to another page, or getting them to sign up for something, or sending them to a different website if you wanted. Images, we can have images with different effects, so a normal static image like this, or we can have images which have different, this one here, you could have your what the product is they're looking at, so when they hover over it they can see some more product details. Oops, keep closing it. Gallery, so we've got image gallery, again a different range of types and looks and feels. So you can have a gallery with some animated effects. You can have your slider carousel here. You can have like just you can set, once you choose a gallery, you can set it up so it's just got like a couple of rows, or you could have sort of like 4 rows or whatever. You can customize this as you want. Menu, you can have as many menus on your site as you want, and this is a really good way of getting people around your site or your page. We can use anchor menus, and that I will be giving you a training session on this, and this is really good because then at the top of the page, if you want people to go straight to buy your products and you've got a buy button at the bottom of the page, you can have a little menu. We can use the anchor menu to get people to navigate your page as well as to go to different places on your site. We can put audio and video, so you can embed a YouTube video, Vimeo video. If you've got a podcast, we can include that. And we've got social integration. We have a contact form and an email form. These are 2 ways of collecting information from a shopper, a visitor to your page. The contact form is an excellent form. It says it's a contact form, but actually it can be used for so much more than this. We have complete ability to add new fields and collect different types of information from the customer as we want. So we can use the contact form, obviously, if they want to leave us a message and ask us a question, great. But we can also add checkboxes so they can say what they're particularly interested in, or we can ask them for their phone number or their birthday, or a particular product that they're interested in. That we can use the contact form to collect a whole range of information. That's very powerful. We've got email form, which will integrate with your email provider. So if you use MailChimp, for instance, we can integrate MailChimp with this, so that when someone opts in to something using this email form, that their address will get added to MailChimp. We've got animated counters. I don't know if you saw my crochet landing page that I produced. On there I had some counters that said like 650 people have bought this product, and 500 reviews have been left. So we can use animated counters for this sort of thing. We can also have an animated counter, which is a countdown. Say you've got a product and that you're giving a discount code, but that discount code is only available if someone signs up now to your newsletter, and that it's going to disappear after 10 minutes. You can have a countdown counter that will count down to 10 minutes, and when 10 minutes goes, then the offer disappears. So these are animated counters that we can use for a variety of reasons. Apps are probably, if you come from WordPress, we'd probably think of these as being widgets. And these are things like little add-ons that we can add on to our page. This is the anchor that I was talking about earlier, and this is where you would add your PayPal button. So if you want somebody to be able to buy a product from your page, then you just put the PayPal button on and they can buy that product. Hover elements are really fun, and again that we'll be digging into these in a bit more detail when we get into look at some of the design features in a later training. Checkout, sales funnel, and blog apps. The checkout is if we're adding an offer to our page, and I'll talk about that in a second. And the sales funnel is if you are wanting to take people through a sequence of events as part of your sales process. We'll look at that in more detail. That's sort of something that we'll go on to in a later session. It's sort of a good way when we're familiar with landing pages, it's a good way to take them to the next level. So that was the features that we can add from the add button here. We've then got our sort of settings and SEO. So this is where we can add more information about our page. We can translate it if we want. If we have a restricted area on our site, we can set a restricted area on our site here. So let's say I want to start a club, and only paid for people can access certain pages in my site. This is where I can set this up. These two buttons here, this is the offer manager. So if I wanted to have an offer on my site, so let's say that I have a set of colouring pages, somebody can buy a single colouring page for $2, I can have that, it's an offer here, and then underneath it I can say, hey, but you can have one page for $2, but you can have 5 pages for only $5 if you want. So I can set up a series of offers using the offer manager, and again that is something that we will look at a later date. And this is blog plugin, but I'm not going to look at that as part of this series of training, because really we're focusing in on landing pages and making these really powerful pages that we can use to drive people to buy our products and to sign up to our newsletter and to take the action that we want them to take. So we're concentrating really on just building pages. So let's have a quick look. That's given us a rundown of what we have. Let's just have a really quick look at making a super quick page. This is a page that if I wasn't talking, I could produce in just minutes. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the colour of the background. This will apply on all sections and all pages of the site. So if I was going to be creating a really fancy page, then I would have different colours and of sections. I'd have maybe an image as a background or video as a background. But because we're just getting a feel for how it all works, let's just colour the whole background, everything the same. So I've gone to layout, and I'm let's just do it again so that you can see what I'm doing. I've gone to layout, I've clicked on default. Default is the default name of the layout, and then I select green, this green change background, and you'll see that I'm going to apply layout rules to all pages. If I wanted to, I could actually have different backgrounds for desktop and a different background on my mobile device. And the reason for this is I might have a really great image that looks stunning when it's big and when it's on a desktop, but looks absolutely rubbish when it's on a little tiny mobile device. So what I might choose is to have that image on desktop only, and to have a single colour on the mobile device, because I know that it's going to look better on the mobile's going to look better with a single colour. So we have flexibility that way, but for today we're just going to choose colour, and I'm going to choose light grey, and we'll just close that. And now all elements, all pages of this site are going to have this light grey background. So to add an image, then I just click on the add button here. I select image, and up will load an image with a placeholder. So this, let me just close this down. Okay, this is a placeholder that I then just, I just change. So I right click on the elements, and this applies to any element on the page. If I right click, I then have all my different edit options. So I'm going to change image, and I'll just upload an image to here, or just load a cake. This is it's going to take a little bit of time because it's compressing my file. I could have uploaded it without compression, but it's really important that we have fast load speeds, that if we create a page that it's going to load really quickly, that people aren't having to sit there and wait while it loads, because the chances are they'll go somewhere else. So that this will automatically compress your images without resulting in too much of a lack of resolution or a lack of clarity. So to select this image, I just click and make sure that the little tick is selected and confirm. And that has now been added to the page. I can change the size of it as I want. And you will also see, if I right click, then I have some animation options. So I can choose here from a whole plethora of different things that I want it to do. And if we want to see how that looks in real life, if we go to the preview button here, we'll see how that effect looks. And let's right click again, and you'll see that I also have actions that can happen if someone clicks on the image. So this could be, I mean, this is a photo, but it could actually be something that says go to my store, and we could actually set it so then when someone clicked on that, they would go to that specific web address, or it would send an email, or the pop-up would come up with a different color option, or there could be a video. So there's a variety of different actions that can take place. And then the same principle to apply anything else to this page, and that we just click on what we want to appear, right click to edit it, so button, let's just drag that into place, and then I can change whatever text I want just by right clicking, right click, and it changes. Right click, and that's also where you can delete. So I'm going to leave it here because the purpose of this video is really just to give you an overview of the back of the builder, and to sort of give you a little bit of a flavour of what can be done. I've got the next training video which actually shows how to make a really simple landing page with an opt-in, so somebody can they can get a download, and that they will give you your email address. And then after that, every day for the next week, that we're going to look at digging in a little bit deeper each day into a different element of creating a really good and powerful landing page. So by the end of 7 days, you will be able to create a landing page which will focus people onto a single course of action and will help you really grow your business online. So thank you very much for watching. I wanted to keep this to half an hour, and I think I've done so that's good. If you have any questions, do get in touch with me, and remember that I am very happy to jump on and do a one-on-one with you, and share my screen and look at your screen, and to help you really get to grips with getting going with this. So thank you very much for watching, and I really hope this has been useful. Bye.